Greetings everyone, this is Shivani, a BA trainee from Stella Matutina College of Education. I am from the Pedagogy of Biological Science. So today I will be using a smart board, which is a digital tool which makes our learning even more engaging, visual and meaningful. So now moving on to the topic. So when you see this leaf, what pops up to your mind first? Yes, it is the green color. So have you ever wondered why does it look green, or how does the plants prepare food? So yeah, today our topic is going to be about the reason behind the color of this leaf. Okay, so this is the organelle that is responsible for the color of the leaf, so which is called as the chloroplast. So this is called as chloroplast. So in this session we will be covering 4 main topics. Those topics are: first, we will be covering about the definition, and second, we will be covering about the structure of the chloroplast, and third, we will be seeing about the functions of the chloroplast, and finally, let us have a quick recap about the structure, functions and the definitions. Okay, so now moving on to the topic, let us discuss about the definition of the chloroplast. Okay, now by observing this diagram, it is easily evident that it is an organelle which has a double membrane bound. Now we can see this is one membrane, that is the outer membrane, and this is the inner membrane. So from this we can derive the definition that chloroplast is a double membrane bound organelle which is responsible for the photosynthesis. Now its main other function is conversion of the light energy into chemical energy. So this is referred as the light energy, that is the source of sun. Now we have completed the definition for chloroplast. So now the definition is over. Moving on to the structure of chloroplast. Okay, so I already have discussed the structure is, the first structure is the outer membrane. Outer membrane, and the second one is the inner membrane. So the function of the main outer membrane is for the protection of the organelle, and the second function, that is for the inner membrane, is transport of materials. So that's all for the functions of outer and the inner membrane. So next function is this yellow color part of the chloroplast, that is this yellow color. So this yellow color represents a fluid filled with enzymes called as the stroma. Stroma. So this stroma is a fluid filled with enzymes. Those enzymes are DNA plus ribosomes. These are the enzymes present in the stroma. So the main function happening in the stroma is the Kelvin cycle. It is also called as the dark reaction. Next function will be the main part of the chloroplast, that is the thylakoids. These are called as thylakoids, which is the main function of the chloroplast. Thylakoids are nothing but, it is evident from the diagram, it is a disc-shaped structure. So these are the thylakoids. When they are stacked together, they are called as grana. It is called as grana. So disc-shaped structures are called as thylakoid, and when they are stalked, they are called as grana. So this chloroplast absorbs light from the sun, and which in turn produces the light reaction, and thus the color of the leaf appears to be green in color. So now we have covered the structure of the chloroplast. Next one, we are going to see about the functions of the chloroplast. Next is the functions of chloroplast. So to make the learners easily understandable, now I am going to use a concept map to understand the functions of the chloroplast easily. First is the functions of the chloroplast. It has the main functions. So the first function is the first function is the production of ATP. So it is nothing but the adenosine triphosphate. And the next function is oxygen absorption. As we have already said, it is the oxygen absorption which is much more required for the chloroplast. And the next function will be oxygen and CO2 next function will be oxygen and CO2 balance. So the three main functions are production of ATP, oxygen absorption, O2 and CO2 balance, and the other function mainly is production of ATP, oxygen absorption, O2 and CO2 balance, and next one is the starch. Production of starch. So these are the four main important functions of chloroplast. So far we have completed the definition of the chloroplast, structures and functions. So definition is over, structure is over, functions are over. Now moving on to the quick recap. So what is the definition? It is the double membrane organelle which is responsible for the photosynthesis and conversion of light energy to chemical energy. Structures, we have seen four main parts, that is the outer membrane, inner membrane, thylakoids and stroma. Functions, we have seen four functions: oxygen absorption, O2 and CO2 balance, starch production and the production of ATP. So I hope everyone have understood the concept of chloroplast. Thank you.